Broads Media.
Uh-oh. It looks like the Flyers figured out what the hell a power play goal is. The rest of the league should be shaking in their damn boots, because if they can score 2 power play goals in a 65-minute effort, you better watch out. This team's buzzing. Another W, and against some good, strong, quality opponents. And this is the second time they've showed up against Vegas. It's unfortunate the collapse happened in Vegas on the road, but that wasn't about to happen in front of their packed barn in their own building. Forster finally scores. Owen Tippett, red hot. Carter Hart, he even gives you a chance. He stops a breakaway. There's so many scoring chances before that first period flipped in your favor. But I got to be honest, I saw a shaky Thompson on the other side, because the Flyers did start to flirt in some nice scoring chances. Carter Hart looked sound. He looked poised. He looked in position, flashed the leather. When Thompson was making some of his early saves, not that he was a disaster by any means, but Delorier rips a shot. He's deep into his net. Travis Konechny on the left side of the post, there's some rebound control stuff. There was enough to make me feel like, hey, hold on a second. If they continue to pepper him, it doesn't look as crisp as Carter on the other side. What a gritty effort. Awesome penalty kill. You had some moments there. So special teams, what do you know? The special teams became a massive storyline, and I'm still in disbelief. Hello, is this real? Is this a dream? Because I never thought in a billion years I'd be watching this team score twice with the man advantage, twice against an opponent like this. But here we are. What a 1 o'clock puck drop game, am I right? Before we continue, let me tell you about MyBookie. Okay, skip the arguments with Uncle Dave on Thanksgiving and focus on what really matters, and that's good food, boosted odds, and hitting those Turkey Day parlays. Picture this, not just watching games, but turning every second into a potential win. With MyBookie, you can stream the games and live bet them and turn any game day into a payday. So ready to up your game? Sign up today and make your first deposit with promo code BROADS for a sweet deposit bonus up to $1,000. That's promo code BROADS to claim your bonus. This isn't just a promo code. It's your secret weapon to get the extra edge on the house. The best part is you don't need to be a sports whiz to win with MyBookie. You can cash in on everything from politics to your favorite shows and then some. Bet on anything, anytime, anywhere. Only with MyBookie, promo code BROADS. You know what was electric, too? When you did see the lead lost, right? You're up a couple goals. Now it's 2-2. You see John Tortorella upset with what happens before Carlson scores. Did it deflect off of the defenseman there? Maybe it looked like it changed direction off the boot of the skate. But regardless, you had a big, nice lead, and then quickly it's now 2-2. You score 25 seconds later. Sean Walker, of all people, rips one from the blue line. Maybe Travis Konechny took Thompson's eyes away with the stick looking for a deflection. Initially, I thought he got a piece of it, but it went straight through. Sean Walker with a massive goal just to settle everybody back down. Hey, it's all right. We got the lead back. Let's go to work. Let's play our game. It could be demoralizing to see a powerful team like Vegas storm back, and then it's like, all right, we're playing on our heels. But to snag the lead right back from a defenseman like Sean Walker, I'm still trying to process what he's been to this club since being here, but they have a lot of guys that are playing their game, and it's spectacular. Nick Seeler, I swear to God, he's got 17,583 block shots on the season. He won't make it. He won't make it because his body's going to be wrapped in bubble wrap and black and blue and ice taped to his body when he's doing press conferences. You got the ice bags basically secure to him for the next 80 games. I don't know how he's doing it, but he is bought in. Morgan Frost, not the greatest day offensively. Speaking of block shots, though, a lot of guys are just committed to that. Maybe you see a change. You know they want to try and get Bobby Brink in there, but if you're winning, then I'm okay with sticking to what gets you there, even with the defense, because we all assume that Mark Stahl would maybe make an appearance. Now, it is a back-to-back, and they do play a gross Columbus team tomorrow at 5:30, and I did have to get out my thoughts prior to this game. I was waiting around for puck drop. I took my father out to eat. We went to a diner. I had some blueberry pancakes, some hash browns. So I'm sitting here waiting for the game to start, right? And I tweeted this, random thought while waiting for puck drop. Nothing makes me happier than Provorov's new team sucking just as bad as any Flyers team he was on. Maybe one day he'll realize he's a fraud. Let's go Flyers. I think I just put the good energy out there before the game started today. And, hey, don't make me eat my words tomorrow when you see that joke of a loser. But I digress. What this is all about is that Carter Hart. Okay, I don't want to take any shots at Urson or take any shots at any goalie, Cal Peterson. It doesn't matter. But remember when there were some saves that could be made, but it was also a good scoring chance. But sometimes you have to demand your goalie to stand on his head and take away a good scoring chance. That's what Carter Hart was doing over the last couple of wins. It's not rocket science here. He keeps you involved, and even more so. And more than that, even more than that. So when Urson allows a goal, and then the initial reaction is, but that was a good scoring chance, and but it was a 2-on-1. I got you. But at some point, the breakaway needs to be stopped. You can't have 100% scoring rate on a breakaway. Get a stop, keep it 0-0, and then let your offense get established. It wasn't pretty the first 10 minutes or so. You were getting outshot. They were coming in waves. It looked like it might be one of those nights that was super sloppy where they get ran out of their own building. So you needed it to stay 0-0 because if it's 2-0, I don't think that first period changes that way. The first period became all Flyers. They dominated insanely. They looked like what Vegas was doing to us. It was the Flyers doing it to them, and the shot total told you the entire story. They were serious. They were no joke. The orange and black were extreme, and it was great, and they were applying all this pressure. That happened because Carter Hart stops the breakaway. He gets a good glove on it. I'm just saying good glove on other scoring chances. He flashes his leather. Great day for him at the office, and it's a difference maker in between the pipes. Wow. I can't believe Tyson Forster finally got one. Let's see if he gets the same exact few game run here that Owen Tippett is working with too. Owen Tippett, 2 points. Sean Couturier, 2 points. But Owen Tippett took that one goal and he ran with it, buzzing. He's everywhere and he's scoring basically every night. I need to see Tyson Forster do the same damn thing. And I give Tortorella a lot of credit because I even heard him speak after the game and he sold a message that I was saying too. When it comes to Forster, going through this grind is very difficult when you're a known goal scorer. You're not scoring a lot of goals. You have to read the room as a coach. Some guys, maybe you do pull the plug and you sit him down and you tell him to watch from above and hit the reset button. Others, you keep throwing him out there. You keep putting him in the fire. You keep asking him to work for 60 minutes. It'll eventually pop. That's where you were with Forster. I thought John Tortorella read that perfectly. And now you get one in front of the net. Some nice goals right in the slot area, coming off of some shots, standing there and putting them in. It doesn't always have to be this beauty TK down the wall, one leg up in the air, fires a wrister. I don't care if it's off your ass cheeks and in. I don't care if it hits off 3 people's skates and then crosses the goal line. I want to win hockey games. And now this team, a couple games over 500, it would totally be the Flyers to have a letdown against Columbus after riding a high and beating all the good opponents. I'm going to hold them accountable here. Even though they're a learning team, they're a young team, they have veteran presence. That's why Sean Couturier is out there. He gets the GWG. He gets a couple points. Coots after Eichel in Vegas hits the iron. Sanheim in overtime. He's skating everywhere. I thought he was going to run out of gas, but here's the puck in the offensive zone. And Coots, baby. Coots. Coots. You got that veteran leadership, though. Cam Atkinson. These guys have been around the block. I'm over the San Jose debacle. Why? Because you followed it up with greatness. What I'm not willing to see, though, even in a rebuilding year and a learning year, is for you to fall flat on your face again, because you just showed me that you can hang with Carolina. You can hang with LA. You can beat the Ducks and the Kings on a back-to-back during a West Coast swing. You better not lose to that trash in Columbus. They are a joke. A joke right now. Provorov sucks. I want someone to dance him and turn him inside out where he falls and he doesn't even look like he knows how to skate. He's got one of those walkers. You ever go to open skate at Hollydale and you have the little kids that are holding on to those walkers? He needs one of those. Or maybe he's holding on to the side of the wall. I want him to look that embarrassing. Quite frankly, I don't think you need anyone to do that to him. He looks like that anyway, that biggest fraud in sports. Here we go. 3 straight days. A few days ago, it was Al Horford, unfortunately, speaking about hoops. Then it was Jonathan Gannon when I spoke about the last time the Eagles and the Chiefs matched up. And now here I am with Ivan Provorov. I did not anticipate this coming here, but this is what it is. And unfortunately, we had a lot of frauds in this city. I want him to get embarrassed. I want someone to embarrass him. Maybe it's TK. Maybe it's Forster. Maybe it's Forster. The kid's got to rip. Okay, he just does. I need to see more goals. I'm praying to you, hockey gods. Let this thing roll out of control in a good way. I need to see 6 goals in his next 7 games. I want to see 10 points in his next 12 games. I want to see what he did when he first got into the league. And it was like, hey, whoa, there's some excitement surrounding this kid. I don't think that that's too much to ask. It's in there. You got the monkey off the back. Sometimes, as refreshing as that is, knowing you finally got the monkey off the back and everybody's anticipating what I'm mentioning now, which is a hot streak, well, that can apply pressure to you again, and then you start holding the stick too tight because people want you to do exactly what Owen Tippett's doing. So I'm fascinated to see how Tyson Forster evolves from this, but I have to imagine it's a way better spot to be in, and it's a little less hectic than where he was prior to the scoring in today's game. Finally, a 1 o'clock game, though, where they came out and, well, like I said, the first few minutes or so, Carter Hart stole it. But Hathaway's out there forechecking with piss and vinegar. He's throwing his body everywhere. Boucher's cracking up. And this guy had breakfast this morning. What did this guy eat? Did he get his nutrients? And he's looking for it out there because he was a force. I mean, he was annoying to play against. I couldn't imagine seeing him on a forecheck knowing I'm about to get barreled in the corner and possibly turn the puck over. I'm sure that's not a good feeling at all. And before we go to the Anytime Hotline, I did see something with Noah Cates. Now, Noah Cates was on the last line, and I'm going to acknowledge nice and early here that maybe this is me looking at it too much, and I don't know, I just had higher expectations for Noah Cates this year, and there was a certain shift that stood out to me, and while it's just one shift, I'm just asking you, knowing that this could be too much, is this maybe defining the difference between last year and this year? Hear me out. There was a sequence where the Flyers were in the offensive zone, and they started to work backwards, some sloppiness, trying to make passes around the blue line. Didn't go very well, but the Flyers still had possession in the neutral zone. You try and go D to D. It ends up in your own corner, and Delorier was the first one on the puck. So as a forward, he's the first one back in your own D zone. He puts it behind the net. Defenseman picks it up, and they rim it around the wall. And Noah Cates is working himself out of the zone, skating backwards. So his back is to the neutral zone. He's skating backwards, not towards the puck, skating away from the puck. And Vegas obviously goes in front of him and picks up the puck around the wall, and now they get a scoring opportunity. Those are tiny details that I thought Noah Cates in years past was magical. That was the thing about Noah Cates. It was never the sexiest thing in the world. It was never about the flashy stuff, but he did all the little things so perfectly. How about moving towards the puck or putting yourself in a better position, maybe for an outlet pass, instead of having your defenseman rim it because you're so high up, close to being out of the zone if you set yourself up lower. Now, I don't remember the entire sequence prior, where he was maybe in the offensive zone, getting back to all that, but I do know when your back is towards the neutral zone, you got to move forward and put yourself in a better position. I'm wondering, though, those type of details, last year's Noah Cates compared to this year's Noah Cates, is there a correlation to why some of us might go, I thought we'd be in a better spot. He's playing fourth line right now. Before, he was a top line guy. Now, he isn't probably a top-line guy, but I think my ceiling was more than a fourth-line guy, right? And speaking of fourth-line guys, as much as I love Scott Laughton to death, we've seen him play fourth-line minutes this season at times and all, and I have to say, and I saw this on one of the Flyers Nation Twitters or one of the fan Twitter accounts like that, and I'll give them props here. I couldn't agree more. Every time you think about the possibility of teams wanting Scott Laughton and maybe offering a first-round draft pick for him in the past, to not get a first-round draft pick for a bottom six guy, and I like Laughton. I think he's a great, great leader. I think he's a great, great guy in the room. I think he's fantastic to have some of these young kids around, and I do value that. But I think Cam Atkinson and Couturier and even Travis Konechny, if you remove Laughton, I still think that there's enough in there that they could learn from the others. A first-round draft pick for a dude who's flirting around your bottom six, you should have hopped on that opportunity big time. I think you missed a chance to grab an asset. That's all. That's my point. I like Laughton to death. I really do. It doesn't make or break this franchise by any means, but it could have helped out with some of the fresh blood that'll be coming to the Flyers soon. Okay, speaking of fresh, let me tell you about HelloFresh. What is HelloFresh? It's farmed, fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes that get delivered right to your doorstep. You can skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. A crazy schedule can make it easy to fall back into your dinner time recipe rut, so keep mealtime exciting with over 40 recipes to choose from every week. There's always something delicious to discover with HelloFresh. HelloFresh does all the shopping and meal planning for you. Ingredients arrive right at your doorstep, and it's already pre-portioned, and it comes with pictured step-by-step recipe cards. It doesn't get much easier than that. We all know HelloFresh is the best in the business, and it's 25% less expensive than takeout. So that means you get easy home-cooked meals on the table and even more money back in your pocket. Go to HelloFresh.com/50broads and use code 50broads for 50% off plus free shipping. That's code 50broads for 50% off plus free shipping. HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit. Okay, let's read some text. Let's take some calls. Amadeo just sends the iconic Stanley Cup GIF that's being wiped down and clean. And look, you see it right here on the screen. The title of this show, On the Border, is The Flyers Might Just Win the Stanley Cup. Don't get mad at me. All right, this is just the honest truth. This is just reality of the situation, that this team is on a roll. And when this team is on a roll, beating Carolina, beating the Kings, beating Anaheim, beating the Vegas Golden Knights, and looking as good as they did twice against this team, and having Carter Hart, and having Sanheim, and having Coots score in OT. Don't be mad at me, all right, just because they might win the Stanley Cup. Feed me it now, damn it. Feed me it now. And I even tweeted a picture of myself all stoked 3 seconds after the goal. And God forbid if they would have overturned that for whatever reason they were looking for after I put up such an expressive face of emotions. Just my classic thumbnail pic. I'll do it right here. one of those, but that's how I felt in the moment. If you told me I would have had to hit the edit button on X, I would have been pissed. I would have been pissed. But yes, the iconic GIF is very well represented right now in the city of Philadelphia. Text message comes in and says, a gritty Flyers win against a great Knights team. Weird what can happen when your power play actually performs. Also, go Tyson Forster. Jokingly, knowing that this team was getting more wins than we would have anticipated earlier in the season and doing it without scoring any power play goals, I wondered what they could have been if they just produced with the man advantage, playing the same exact way 5-on-5, playing the same exact way killing penalties, but if they could just get more than a 7% power play rate, then they probably could be 4 or 5 games over 500. Jokingly, but not. At the same time, there's truth to that. It's absurd to be that disgusting. It's tragic. It's actually impossible. It's so bad. It's so bad. Now you're seeing the difference in knocking in a few. Come on, man. Like, I can't imagine them being so poor as they were. Let's see it even out. Let's see us get to 15. And 15 isn't even anything to go streaking about. But if you can double your 7% and be 14, God, this is a completely different ballgame for this hockey club. They're playing the right way. They're showing up to work every single day. I don't know if teams overlook them anymore either. I don't think, and Vegas is a different story because they're looking at it as let's go back to back. They're looking at the long run and all that. But I think there's enough of a sample size where teams don't go, oh, okay, this John Tortorella-led team that have a bunch of nobodies. You know, they view some of these guys as nobodies. I don't think they're putting a lot of stock into a Nick Seeler and a Zamula and a Belpedio when you're Steven Stamkos. Okay, when you're someone on the Boston Bruins who's been in the league for 8 years. These bums, right? That's basically how you look at it. I don't know if now they think, well, this is a cakewalk or this is a walk in the park. All right, and even though Tortorella's the guy behind the bench, you know they're going to bring it. At some rate, the team is what it is talent-wise, and you would think that, they are who they are. Now, teams know. Teams know, like, dude, they're a couple games over 500 now. It's a good portion into the season. Carter Hart can make some stellar saves. He'll keep them going in this, and we can't rule this as a walk in the park. We can't think we're going to Philadelphia or they're coming to us, and it'll be a breeze. We have fourth liners like Delorier and Hathaway that won't stop. They won't stop. They're getting it in deep. And not only getting it in deep, sometimes I'm watching Delorier with a good scoring chance. There's been multiple times this season. I'm actually thrilled with pleasant surprises of Delorier entering the zone and firing one on net. Then the puck goes into the corner. He's the first guy there. He's eating the puck along the wall. He's kicking it. And then maybe the goalie puts his glove on top. There's a whistle blown, and they're ready to get restructured over on the face-off dot. He's giving you a hand wash. He's giving you a face wash with the stinky glove, grabbing the visor. It's just what it is. Love it. Just love it. All right, to the phones we go.
Good, bros. I'm home for Thanksgiving break, and I got to go to the game today. Fucking awesome, man. What a great game. I was treated by these Flyers. I'm in love, and we're playoff bound, baby. Let's go Flyers.
Oh, he said the P word. He said the P word. I was holding off, but somebody said it first. Playoffs, if you're in the running right now, sign me up, all right? I want these young kids. Screw the draft pick crap. I want the young kids to know what it feels like to be in a wild card mix, to be in a postseason mix. I think it's all valuable and extremely important, and I love it. I love it. So I'm here for it. That's awesome, man. You get to go to a game, coming home for Christmas break, Thanksgiving break, be with the family, head to a Saturday matinee and see the Flyers beat the reigning Stanley Cup champions. I'm so jealous. I haven't been to a Flyers game since at the end of last season. I think it was a game against Columbus maybe. At the time, I was working at the Fanatic. The Flyers brought me and Tyrone around the building to show them some of the new stuff that they got going. It was during the time that there was a lot of construction going on for the new locker rooms, and they wanted to show us a little bit about what was happening, but they threw us some tickets, some nice seats, super close. I'm like, hey, a lot of the time I was going with the press box media credential. You're all the way up there. I was like, damn, I haven't been this close in a while. JVR sniped. I remember vividly. I remember seeing this. I'm like, damn, all right, JVR. I found some twine. This was last year. It's been that long since I've been able to see this team fresh. I haven't seen this new regime fresh in the blood of it right there. I want to see the blood. I want to see it. I don't know what that even means. I have no idea what that means. I want to see the blood. I want to see this team live, the chemistry live, the building. I want to feel the electricity. And by the way, what if I told you I can give you an opportunity to go with some money off? Well, what do you mean, bros? TickPick and I have joined up together, and they are giving you $10 off your tickets when going to TickPick, utilizing promo code BRODES. The link down below. Click it right now, and my code is already activated with the link. If you spend $99, call up a family member, a friend, loved one, the kids, your cousin, whatever. Yo, let's go to a game. Let's see John Tortorella coach his ass off, and let's see this team get a fat W. And TickPick has the best prices around. They guarantee it. Their ticket prices will beat any of the major competing marketplaces, and they're so confident about it, they guarantee it. If you find the same seats elsewhere at a better price than TickPick, you get 110% of the price difference in form of TickPick credit. There's also upfront pricing. No more doing the math in your head to prepare for how much extra you plan on spending on top of the listed price, because the price you see on TickPick is the price you pay at checkout, period, end of story. So there is that. Do not be a fool and get yourself to a game today. We'll take one more call and wrap the show up.
Well, the Rock said it best. Finally, the Flyers get a power play goal. Count them, not one, two. I said I was going to take a shot after the Flyers finally get a power play goal. I ask you this. Will this be the turning point of the Flyers? You let me know. I'll talk to you next time. Tyler out. Peace.
Thanks, Tyler. I don't know if it's a turning point because, well, unless you mean specifically with the power play. Yeah, if that's the case, yes. I think it could be a turning point for the power play, but they were winning games prior to this. Now, I guess you can make the argument that it's not sustainable if you aren't scoring on your special teams, and that's very fair. But, man, they were winning games prior to this, and I love watching this team compete. They are fun. They are must-watch television right now. Briere and Jonesy got some of the cancers in the locker room out of here, and now all of a sudden they're flourishing and playing a good brand and playing the right way, and they're doing the things that are important, and they're fun, man. They're just fun. They're super, super fun. All right, everybody, I love you to death. I really appreciate it. Back to back tomorrow. We'll see what they do against Columbus. We'll be talking then.